Jadanang no molumbehu hatia demons devour men. Belum hong hatia da no nang. Tu shao jadanang no lumbehu bao hyong. Tu clear jadanang no lumbehu kia li. Gu chu ya tu la nyang thiet chai lu ta pem long su tho pe shoka long. Long ago, there was a Hmong village in the middle of nowhere. Few people knew the village existed, and some had stumbled upon the village by mistake. While traveling, it was a beautiful, peaceful place like a hidden paradise until one day, a strange tribe of people found the village. This tribe appeared to look like another Hmong clan, traveling with their families. So the kind Hmong villagers gave them lodging. Overnight, the strange tribe had devoured every single villager, consuming their flesh and bone, while almost everyone in the village was slaughtered. The eldest villager governing the natives was spared and imprisoned. These outsiders were not human at all. They were demons who looked human, and the only thing they craved were real humans. The governor was given a choice: join them or be eaten alive. The old man didn't hesitate to save his own life, so they turned him into a half-demon. He too had to feast on humans to survive. The strange tribe stayed in the village and lived as if they belonged there, undisturbed by the outside world. And with the old governor by their side, no one questioned them. For once in a while, travelers will find their village, but anyone who visited the far-away paradise was never seen or heard of again. As strange, the tribe remained in this village, appearing to live as humans. The livestock multiplied in numbers every year, roaming free on the land. Soon the cattle and boars had attracted hunters to the village. Skilled hunters might have ended up in the village and survived for a few nights, but they never left alive. The massive herds of animals lured countless hunters. Long travelers even migrated clans into the appealing village, only to meet their end upon nightfall. On and on this went for nearly a decade. And then one day, a rumor spread like a tall tale about a village in the middle of nowhere, harboring cannibals. The story reached a man who was not a shaman, but gifted in a similar way and clever in dealing with the supernatural. The gifted man made an armor of wild rock, vines, and feathers, hiding enchanted blades throughout his body. He then journeyed to the village in the middle of nowhere and found it quietly, easily once he met fields of sheep and chickens. The animals practically led him to the place. Upon arrival, he noticed a family of travelers entering a 2-story shelter. Husky man stood guard at the entrance of the village. The gifted man told the strange tribe that he was born without a name, so they called him Stranger. The strange tribe didn't trust him, especially because of the unfamiliar clothing he wore made of dry vines and feathers. But they never turned away anyone and let him in the same shelter the traveling family was welcomed into. He was told to stay put until the governor could come and expect him. As soon as Stranger was left alone, he exited his private room to discover that all the rooms in the building were empty with no sign of the traveling family. He was soon met the host in the main room, a married couple, and asked them, "Where's everyone?" "Who?" asked one of the hosts, seeming clueless. "The family that arrived just before I did." "They didn't want to stay anymore," said the other host, "so they left." "That's unusual." "Why?" asked the host. "It's the middle of the night." The hosts were at a loss for words. staring at each other for answers. Tension rose between them and the stranger. Luckily, the governor arrived on the scene, breaking up the awkwardness. "I have to expect you," said the governor, appearing like a normal old man, slow-moving, slightly hunched over with a bad back. The stranger nodded in agreement, and the host left them alone. The governor began patting the stranger down on the sides. The elderly man reached his hand under the feather coat and screamed. The host barged into the main room to see the governor holding up his bleeding hands with a few missing fingers. "Bring Tao Sing," shouted the governor. The stranger knew Tao Sing was the title for the mayor in the village and towns. This was the next person in charge of these people. The host rushed out of the front door and quickly returned with Tao Sing, a strange-looking man with a wise appearance. He was immediately surprised that one of their own was successor injured. "What do we do?" asked the governor. Tao Sing carefully approached the stranger and said, "It's the law to inspect outsiders." The stranger spread his arms, willing to comply. Tao Sing consciously patted the stranger down while the governor and host nervously watched in the background while going into the heavy vine and feather coat. Tao Sing reached behind the stranger's leg and felt a sharp cut. Tao Sing instantly retracted his arm, but his hands were severely clear off at the wrist. The hosts were hesitant to attack the stranger, and instead they quickly cowered out of the building, alarming the others. Soon, every member of the strange tribe, along with the mayor and governor, ran for the forest, shouting to one another, "Go to the dark house." Their bodies were morphing and changing as they drew close to a peculiar gourd that sprouted out of the earth. The stranger chased after them and witnessed the villagers diving into an opening of the gourd as if they were all sucked into the black hole. The stranger took out a dry corn cob and sealed the black hole of the gourd. Chanting came from inside the gourd, with the strange tribe blaming one another for their misfortune. Loud roars overlapped over screeching noises. The stranger, gifted as he was, knew these were demons trapped inside the gourd, and that he was fortunate they feared him instead of challenging him. He was just one man against an entire herd of demons. He found a wild, flowing river and placed the gourd into the current. Gia đan hình cho là sao li nó lời sư tu chỉ nên đỡ mua cho đá non nên đỡ thì cho lúc lót tao chỉ mua đầu đây trong lở chỉ lúc rơi giòn đỡ thì li chỉ mua cho đá non nên lở ta chỉ nó tao bé mong bù sĩ lót tao giờ ý giả của nữ tí thái tàu đá thế nữ tí thái tàu tê giả của nữ chú sĩ cho họ yêu vào lúc chế rồi nữ tê chủ đoán rụt ly của nữ chỉ đỡ hù cho nữ tí thái cho đỡ thia nữ cũ là bỏ hử bỏ giờ cho yêu vào lúc chế chỉ lót tao nữ ý giả rồi rong cho họ bé mong kính cử ấy ta chỉ nói bé một sao tỏ mong cho vào cho chế ý là chừng cho mong cá lì kế trái là phần tàu lấy mỗi lúc phật tàu đại rằng đời là lúc vào lúc chế nè chứ khó nói là sau đi nó xứ có chẳng tàu